I have a friend who works at the food pantry or local food pantry, and he's really been trying to get me to come down to actually pick up food at the food pantry. And I've been kind of hesitant because, I always look like that needs to be something for someone who is in dire straits. But he assured me it's not a problem, so I'm going to go through what I picked up today. And it's not based on income, it's just based on how many people are in your family. And it goes by state to state, region to region. So, and this is just something that the federal government funds for food pantries. So you might as well take advantage of it. He really stressed that to me. So I am now going to do a little of that kind of advocacy for the food pantry. So anyway, the first thing is I received a half gallon of milk, and this is 2% milk. So it's a pretty good date on it. Then let's get into a little bit of the produce, which I'm thrilled about. My favorite tomatoes are beefsteak, so there's one package, and they had a partial package. Someone only wanted one tomato, so they handed those out, and I'll have salads for a couple of days and be able to just enjoy. And then they were also handing out some bell peppers. There are 2 yellow and 1 red. Red was kind of slim. They had a lot of yellow this time. 2 cucumbers. And these I love to just snack on. And then a bag of grapes. I haven't had grapes in a long time, so that's a nice treat. And some broccoli. Now, they had a bunch of ginger root, and they were trying to give away ginger root out the wazoo. And they had filled a bag, so I took a bag full of ginger root. The thing about ginger root is you can actually slice these up and freeze them to be used later, so that's a good option. You could probably dry them. I don't know about that. That I need to look into. Now that is it for the produce. And then we went through the meat. They did give me some meat. And this is a ribeye steak. That'll be 2 meals for me. A package of Just Bare chicken thighs. And these are all frozen, so that's good. They did give me some lunch meat, honey roasted turkey breast. I will tell you, I'm kind of picky about my lunch meats, mainly because I think if you've added honey, the reason you added honey was to cover the bad of the meat. So anyway, and then they also, this is some beef, pork, and veal. It's a burger mix, so a package of that. And this one is 22 ounces. It's 1 1/4 pounds. Ham steak. And then the other thing that they had in there was shortcuts. These are the Purdue honey roasted chicken. I'll give those a try. So those are going to go in the freezer. Now let me get the box over here for the dry goods. We'll get to that. Now I know a lot of pantries have drive-thrus. This is an old school that they've turned in to like a shopping area. So you go through with the shopping basket. They have someone that goes with you. And then they, suggest items that you're allowed to take so much per month. So one of the things that they had in there were some of the Carb Advantage taco shells. So you're allowed 2 boxes. So she gave me 2 boxes of that. They have a Chex Mix remix zesty taco. Never had that, so that'll be interesting. Package of walnuts. These are shelled. They also had a choice of between that, which was walnuts and some dried fruit mix, but I chose the walnuts this month. And then I eat a lot of oatmeal, so you're allowed 2 packages or a package of this and cereal. Had different types of cereal like Rice Chex and I want to say some corn flakes and like peanut butter, like Crunch, Captain Crunch peanut butter. But I chose for both of my cereals to be Quick Oats. So there are 2 of those. You could get rice, brown rice or white rice. I am used to eating white rice, so I chose white rice. And I don't eat a lot of white rice, but, there's that. And as for cereal as well, get a pancake syrup and a complete buttermilk, which buttermilk is my favorite. So there's that. And all of these dates are excellent dates. They're like 2026. There were a couple that were a little less than that. Got a choice of spaghetti or I want to say elbow macaroni. I chose spaghetti because I can make a lot of different things with the spaghetti. Several different types of meals. 2 applesauce. Be a nice little dessert. Picked up a can of diced tomatoes. And then also some spaghetti sauce. And I like this size because it's smaller. So that'll work well for me. I did get mixed green beans, and I got 2 of those. No, that's the other one. Yep, got 2 mixed green beans. They had a choice of the green beans, mixed vegetables, peas, and I just chose to do that. They did give me 2 spaghetti sauce and then the diced tomatoes. And then I chose Great Northern beans and some dark red kidney beans. And you could choose 2 of one or 2 of this. So I just chose 1 of each. Some peanut butter. And then I chose 2 mandarin oranges. And these are in natural juice, so I got 2 cans of this. You could get peaches or pears. And I like mandarin oranges. If you've ever been in the store, my goodness, those are expensive. And then you had a choice of chicken, tuna, salmon, I believe. I chose chicken. I'm not a big fan of fish, so didn't choose that. And then they also have the back of the already pre-cooked, ready to go meals, chicken as well. So that is what I picked up from the food pantry. Now ours, they give you a box. I'm kind of like, I'm going to put that in the car so it can be used again next time. But yeah, it's a good source for some extra food for the month. And we've already paid for it with our taxes. So, if you're in need, you might as well go ahead and stop at the food pantry, register, and see if you qualify. And they'll let you know how often you can come pick up food, that kind of stuff. But it's a great deal, and it'll help me out throughout the month. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, Now I have a bunch of grapes, and what I've done, I've already done this, but I've taken them, put them in the bag that I had, and kind of rubbed the bag around, get the grapes off of it, pulled the stems out, removed any other grapes, as well as the grapes that are bad. I have set aside some grapes that I just want to eat for the sidelines later, because quite frankly, I can't eat all these grapes. Now I'm going to rinse this, the rest of these grapes in water. Now, I take a Ziploc gallon freezer bag, open it up, these grapes are still wet, they're dripping. I'm just going to pour it into that bag. And if there are any grapes that I think, I don't want, I'm going to take them out. Now there's water in this bag. I don't worry about it. Then I take Jello, gelatin, any flavor. What I have right now is peach. I've done this with, I think, cherry before. But I'm going to open up the packet. Now I'm opening it up over the bag itself and just dumping it in, pouring that whole thing in. Then I am going to seal it and just shake it. What I want to do is I want to cover my grapes with the gelatin. Then I'm going to burp it. Get all the air out. Seal that back up. Do I have any idea how the grape is going to taste on here? No, but I'm going to find out. Now, a lot of people will take and put these on a cookie sheet, put them in the freezer. I just lay it out into one single package and lay that in my freezer. Now, I am going to pull out one that I had done previously. And these, I couldn't find any green grapes. So these are red grapes, seedless grapes. And I did the same thing, but this one has cherry on it. These are frozen. Then if you want, when you're ready to eat it, you can take out a couple or just one. Pop it in your mouth. Delicious. Nice little treat. I do that often because I don't like a lot of sweets. You could use full sugar gelatin if you want. I use the sugar-free, and that just works for me. But yeah, that's an easy way to use your grapes. To also have a treat later on. And it's a nice, sweet, cold treat. It's good for in the winter. It's good for during the summer. Doesn't matter. And if you have a sweet tooth and you need to curb your sweet tooth, this is a great way. 1 or 2 grapes usually does me for the evening, and I'm fine. All right, guys. See you soon.